Okay, so this issue is the issue of wala and bara. The word wala means to basically have allegiance and love and alliance. And then you have bara, which is disassociation, the opposite of wala. It's disassociation, hatred, dislike, enmity, whatever words you want to call them. So we have wala and we have bara. These are two fundamental factors or principles in al-Islam. They're from Islam, in Islam, and we cannot separate them from Islam. We cannot become Muslims and pray to Allah 5 times a day and ignore the subject of wala and bara, or treat it as something minor, because it is not. It's a fundamental part of al-Islam. So when you understand this meaning of wala and bara, we'll mention just 2 verses in the Quran, and perhaps a hadith should be enough to make you understand the depth in which this wala and bara must take place, must have. The first one is where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, لا تجد قوما يؤمنون بالله واليوم الآخر يوادون من هاد الله ورسوله ولو كان آباءهم أو أبناءهم أو إخوانهم أو عشيرتهم أولئك الذين كتب الله في قلوبهم الإيمان. Which means basically you will not find a people. لا تجد قوما, you will not find a people, a qawm, a group of people who truly believe in Allah and the last day. That's the point you have to focus on. You will not find a people who truly believe in Allah and the last day. Everything about the hereafter, the accounting, meeting Him, Jannah, paradise, and so on and so forth. يُوَادُّونَ مَنْ هَادَ اللَّهِ, making alliance or loving, wanting to be with, helping those who have enmity and hatred to Allah and His Messenger. So we say the verse again, that you will not find a people who truly believe in Allah and the last day, loving those who show enmity or dislike Allah and His Messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then now shows you the depth in which Allah means these words. وَلَوْ كَانُوا آبَاءَهُمْ, even if it was their own fathers, their own brothers, their own family relatives. Because for them, Allah has placed in their hearts Iman. So here you can see this issue of wala and bara is associated to Iman. It's a pillar or part of the pillars of your Iman. So when we understand this correctly and properly, we have to then turn to the Sahaba, the people whom which this revelation was revealed upon. They witnessed the revelation. They saw how the Prophet ﷺ, when he said this verse has been revealed from Allah, they compiled it, they wrote it, they memorized this verse as part of the Quran. Then they saw how he implemented it. And how he implemented it is how they implemented it. How he wanted this verse to be understood, they understood it. And we see from the seerah, in one of the battles, when there was a companion who in this battle, he saw his father on the opposition, amongst the opposition. His father saw him, he saw his father. They made eye contact. And what happened was, the son ran at the father, but the father fled to the other side of the battle and became busy killing Muslims on the other side. So the son, not content with this, ran looking for him to the other side. When he got to the other side of the battle, he spent most of his time looking for his father. He couldn't find him until he found him. Before he could charge at him and deal with him, his father ran to the other side of the battle. And upon this, the son ran looking for him to the other side of the battle. And like this, the battle finished. And the Muslims were victorious. After the battle was over, when his son went to Mecca to perform the Hajj or the Umrah that they went to do, he saw his father. And he said, "Oh, my father, I was looking for you. I saw you in that battle." And his father said to him, "I saw you too, but I was afraid to harm you. That's why I fled to the other side of the battle, because I didn't want to take your blood, because you're my son." And upon this, he replied to him, "Had I caught you, I would have indeed slayed you. This is the degree to which they understood the Wala and the Bara, the Sahaba, the companions whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, radiyallahu anhum wa radu an, that Allah is pleased with them and they are pleased with Him. Allah has promised them gardens underneath which rivers flow, paradise, because nothing to them was worthy of sacrificing when it meant going against Allah. So this was the understanding that they had. But this understanding, as I said to you before, was built upon Iman. This understanding is based upon Tawheed. So the Wala and the Bara that you have with the disbelievers, against the disbelievers and the believers, can we do this over some business deals? We're really pally friends with the kuffar, make business deals with them, and then when they rip us off, he's a mushrik, he's a kafir, he's this, he's that. Is this what is meant by Wala and Bara? No. No. Is it limited to only those disbelievers that are killing the Muslims around the world? Or is it more than that? The essence of the Wala and Bara returns back to Tawheed, the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Those that associate partners with Allah, we have enmity towards them, regardless of who they are, whether they have Muslim names and are Muslims or are disbelievers. Look at the words of our father Ibrahim alayhi-salaam. And this is the second verse I wanted to read to you. He said in the long verse, وَبَدَأَ بَيْنَنَا وَبَيْنَكُمَ الْعَدَاوَةِ حَتَّى تُؤْمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَحْدَهُ. Which means, and from this day has started enmity. Or we're at war with each other. We have enmity between us and between you, until you believe in Allah alone. So this is evidence to show that the enmity, the Wala and the Bara, all this is based upon Iman, which is based upon worshipping Allah in oneness. So if a Christian, a Jew, a major worshipper, a Hindu, a Sikh, whatever these religions these people that they have out in the open, if they have the audacity to worship other than Allah in the open and call to it, and in addition to that, celebrate their praises to their false gods and give Allah partners and so on and so forth, then بَدَأَ بَيْنَنَا وَبَيْنَهُمَ الْعَدَاوَةِ. Then we have enmity between us and them, حَتَّى يُؤْمِنُونَ بِاللَّهِ وَحْدَهُ, until they believe in Allah alone. But does this Wala and Bara, does this mean that we should not say kind words to them, that we should not give them their rights? No. It means you still give them their rights. You still say kind words to them. If they're your neighbors, you treat them good. But you just don't join in any form or fashion or shape in their worship of their false gods. Because we find that detestable. Something detestable. And if in your hearts, oh brothers, listen carefully, because if in your hearts you don't have no hatred, no dislike, or you don't find it detestable that they are celebrating the praises of another God or attributing to Allah a son, then there is something deficient in your Iman. If Christmas can go by and you have no feelings of hatred towards what they're doing, then there is a deep belief in your iman. Because we've established from these two verses already that it is part of your iman to love and hate for the sake of Allah alone. So what Allah loves, we love. What Allah hates, we hate. And at the head of all things which He hates is this issue of associating partners with Him. So that was a brief little introduction to the subject of Wala and Bara. If anyone has any questions or further want to expand, inshallah, we can expand.